All right, so here we go. Here we go into the possibly the last game of this best of 3 between CTX and the Young Guns. No,
Yong Gims.
Yong Gims. Yeah. First band Cassiopeia. Second one's
Zareth.
Zareth to take out that strong champion. And there's the Maokai, Shen, and then Tristana.
Their mid actually has been a pretty dominant Zareth this tournament, I feel. He's been pretty strong both games. I think that's a pretty good band on CTX's part.
Yeah, exactly. Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Varno on Sea of Deceit.
Alright, last band is Morgana, standard band. You don't want her. She is really good in team fights with that ult. First pick, we'll go to blue team this time. And the first pick will be Leona. Probably going to try to pick up that Leona Graves.
Leona Graves is a very strong main, I feel.
And then they take the Graves and probably going to go Soraka. They're only going to go Graves Alistair instead.
I think we could see a potential Corky pick coming out here. Very well-known, strong lane.
Yeah. Then there's the Shyvana jungling again. They had that last game and it worked pretty well for them with those ganks. Right, you watched that game, the last one, right?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about it?
I think that they got a little bit too ahead by a few misplays, unfortunately. But Zareth was definitely a strong pick against the fairly poke. I think their team could have got poked quite a bit by the Zareth, so I think that was a strong pick.
Yeah, now Ace is just bouncing between a bunch of champions, so he's probably going to go TF this game. Yeah, and he's going to stick with that TF this game, try to show mid-AFK how it's done, I guess.
Yeah. TF probably a good pick against the bottom lane. There's two. We'll probably see 2 kill lanes coming out with TF on the blue team, so that's not a bad pick for the exchanges going on bottom.
All right, there's the Jarvan jungling from Iron now. The Jarvan worked really well for the other team last game. And then there's the Ahri from mid-AFK. Not seeing him grab cannon or anything, just go straight for the Ahri for against the TF. And then there's the Warwick Kog'Maw. Warwick will be going top. Easily counterable from her. And then there's Kog'Maw for the AD carry with Leona. Alright, now Herp is going to go Skarner.
Looks like
I'm probably going to go Skarner jungling and probably switch with Iron.
I do think her plays a very strong Jarvan, so we'll have to see how this works out against Warwick.
Yeah, I've never seen. Yeah, and there's a switch. Skarner, Iron Skarner is pretty good, and I've never really seen Herp play Jarvan.
I've played against him a few times. He is quite a notable Jarvan, so we'll see how this turns out. I think Jarvan vs Warwick is kind of just a standard lane. There shouldn't be too much going down. And TF could really help out the lane though.
So what do you think is going to happen in bottom lane?
Bottom lane, it is 2 kill lanes, so it'll be very aggressive, which the Kog'Maw pick I was really surprised about. Kog'Maw Leona, which will be interesting to see. I've never seen it before, which, yeah, we'll see. Not sure it'll work out.
What about top?
Top lane, Warwick versus Jarvan. I think it'll just be fairly neutral. I mean, Warwick doesn't have too much killing potential, but both top lanes are picking up TP, so he switched last second, so yeah, we'll have to see. So I think that was a good call by him to take TP, because all Jarvan have to do is push the lane and go pressure objectives, because Warwick has 0 pushing potential, so push it out and TP to wherever dragon, whatever is being pressured at the time.
All right. All right, mid lane, TF versus Ahri. especially when Ari gets her ult and she tries doing her, okay, I'm gonna rush at you and kill you with her ult and her charm and everything. TF will just be able to like turn gold card and just stun and keep that from happening, which will be which will work really well. But if Ari lands the charm on TF will be taking a lot of damage, and the ganks could go really well for both teams with the taunt, with the charm, and the stun.
I totally agree with that. I think there may have been a better pick than Ari against TF because Ari's biggest attribute to mid lane would be the mobility, and TF just has essentially a click stun. So I think yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. They're both very strong gankers. So
right, and for the jungler Skarner, he is really good. He can really ult the Corki. No, sorry, not the Corki. The Kog'Maw, just ult him, keep him from doing anything in team fights until he gets a QSS. And the Shyvana works really well for them with the ult. Can really separate, can really knock up a team really well, and again, and also do quite a bit of damage. The Warwick is a pretty good pick for just go straight onto the AD carry and keep him out of the for most of the team fight, and at that time he will be able to get blown up within that time. So both AD carriers I could see getting a relatively early QSS.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that. They have a very good diving team. Leona can get in there, Shyvana can ult in, work, ult on Graves, and he'll get blown up, especially by the Kog'Maw. So I do expect a fairly early QSS coming out by Mystery. Yeah,
so we have a little bit more time to waste here till we get into the game. So what do you think is going to happen for team fights?
Team fights, they really need to focus on pressuring Kog'Maw because he can just sit back and just be spitting at all the, not even the carries. Kog'Maw, that's why he's so good. He can focus almost anyone and just blow them up. So if Herp can get in there, ult him, pressure him out, and just minimize his damage, I think it could go very well with Ari's high mobility and Skarner ult.
Yeah, Ari has a good ability with her ult to be able to like circle around a team really effectively. Just able to get straight to those carries, and especially with the tankiness of Jarvan, Skarner, and Alistair, Kog'Maw can really, again, he can focus anyone and do a lot of damage and take someone out really well. So it doesn't matter who, if they can catch anyone and just be able to destroy them.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so here we go into the game. We'll be looking at, okay, Boots starting on Shyvana. Actually, most of the team except for the Leona. Same with the other team. Everybody going Boots pots, even the Alistair going pots 2 wards, and the set of the Skarner going regrowth pendant and 1 pot. So it looks like there's pings for invade right now from Red. I haven't seen a good invade yet. I haven't seen any invasions on casting, which kind of sucks because they're so fun to watch. So they will be going straight down for the. Sorry about the camera. They will be going straight down for that. They do beat Leona to the brush actually, so they will be possible to get first blood there. And then she is just getting lit up, and there's first blood unfortunately goes to Alistair, but instead of like Graves or Orianna.
First blood is never bad, regardless.
Yeah,
they all got the assists, so all lanes should be fairly ahead.
Yeah. So quite a bit of global gold going up, 600 gold for that in total, going up to getting that 600 gold advantage.
Yeah, Alistair going B, picking up that extra ward in pink and fairy charm, so that'll really help, I'd say.
Yeah, that will put them ahead in all their lanes. Somewhat when they get their first trip back.
Minions have spawned.
Very good decision by the purple team taking the Tribush route to the red.
And now forcing Shyvana to start blue buff, actually, most likely because she doesn't know that they just went straight back, and they're just going to do the leash for their blue. Yeah, Shyvana is going to go for that blue, but she does prefer to go for that red because she doesn't need the mana regen. And Skarner's just going to pick up his red. I mean his blue and just go back.
Shyvana is decently stronger on the purple side, purely because you always want to start around. You always want to start in between mid and top lane as a jungle, so that's why it's always better to, or it's always nicer to start purple side as Shyvana, so you can just go red and gank mid or top.
Shyvana is actually going in for a gank on a Herb Derpster right away. There's starts back up. There's the flash, which was actually needed. He needs to turn around. If Shyvana would have turned around, and maybe could have killed him if Warwick would have stayed there and kept doing the damage. They could have caught up right there.
Herb did
but
blow the ignite.
Skarner is actually on his way up for a gank as well on that just over half Warwick. He does also have flash.
I'm not too sure how I think about Herb blowing the
Here comes the gank. Here comes the gank. There's the instant flash away, and they're just baited that, and he's going to go back out and maybe, yeah, he's just going to go pick up his red buff. While Shyvana is just finished her second camp.
I think we'll see a lot more action in your top lane. Neither of them will have flash for about 250 seconds, so we could see some a lot of action in your top lane.
Bottom lane, Graves has an early advantage in CS right now, but that could change. And a lot of poke going down on both sides, but Kog'Maw being able to life steal a bit with those masteries. Jarvan pushing extremely hard onto this Warwick. He has to watch out for these ganks later. That is a problem that Herb Derpster has. He gets ahead or a little bit, and he was like, okay, I'm going to push you really hard, and then the ganks come and get him a lot of the time. And so he's just going to go back with the 500 gold he has, probably pick up Ruby Crystal or something. No, he is deciding to go Doran's Blade instead. Mid lane, the CS is 14 to 21 in TF's favor, so he is going to get a pretty good early advantage.
Skarner does not know that Shyvana has already went B, and her red has been up for some time. I think he could have easily...
She still thinks it's down. But there is the ward, actually, which is really nice, because Skarner is going to go for a gank, and she's just going to go for her red. And this is a perfect time for Skarner to go in if Ahri comes up and tries to bait that stun. And there's the gold card, there's the stun. A problem that mid or AFK has, and Herb Derpster as well, is that Skarner comes in for these really nice ganks that are really out of position, but there's just no follow-up from the person in lane. That happens so much in their games, so they really need to work on that. If they come for a gank, they gotta time it perfectly. Like, okay, you start to go bait them to waste that gold card, and then we can come in again. But Skarner is coming around again. I like to see him come around again from the outer. From this path. Now Ahri really needs to try to force that gold card.
Unfortunately with Skarner, whatever lane you're ganking really has to initiate without pre-6, because if you get in there, they're simply just going to walk away if they don't initiate with a stunner.
Like Shyvana is going to be doing her double golems and possibly doing a gank, but their ad is warded. It is actually pinked, and Alistair just did get some gold for that ward. Right now, top lane, the farm is 35 for Jarvan and 28 for Warwick. The Jarvan pulling ahead in the early game, especially that Doran's sword, Doran's blade. Warwick has to look out, while Jarvan is going for the double golem right now that he usually gets around that time. Bottom lane, again, the CS actually pulled ahead in Kog'Maw's favor. Right now, mid AFK doing a good job in harassing, doing a lot of damage actually, and dodging those cards, which is really nice. Dodging a lot of damage there. And has that spell vamp on her next ability for that lifesteal. So Warwick now got his Doran's ring, so he's probably going to be going a tanky AP Warwick. And there's pings bottom from both sides, and they do know that pink wards are, so I don't understand why they're throwing down more wards when Alistair can come up at any time, just take that out. And Skarner looked like he was going to go do a gank mid, or oh no, he just warded in this area right here, and he's just going to fall back and just go clear his jungle again.
Despite getting the assist on first blood, mid AFK is down on gold. TF has been farming quite well against an Ahri especially.
Yeah. Yeah, they did pull a good Yeah, again, with that first blood, they were ahead. They are barely ahead, only 100 gold ahead right now at the moment. Just the farming from the other team is been being just over. Yeah, because that Kog'Maw is now pulled ahead by. He is starting to increase his lead when he was behind, and then Shyvana is ahead of that Skarner by a couple, and the TF again is ahead of that Orianna by 12 now.
TF picks up the blue, which will, and Ari is also, so we'll see some more aggressive plays here in mid lane.
Yeah, as soon as that Skarner gets level 6, TF really has to watch his butt so that he doesn't get that pull. And then Ari, as soon as that, because if they time it right with that, as soon as the ult comes off of Skarner, and then she uses her charm, that's locking the TF down for a very long time. But now, when he did get level 6, he did go straight for that needlessly large rod, so he was probably going to go straight to the death cap even before boots. He will have a lot of damage, and with that ult, he is going to have a lot of mobility. Bottom lane, even being ahead in the farm from Kog'Maw, the Graves has been poking both of these Kog'Maw and Leona pretty well. Kog'Maw sitting just below half health, and Leona sitting just below 3/4. Jarvan doing an extremely well job of really zoning out that Warwick, getting him out of lane, and does have that ward now, so it does let him, give him the opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive. Now the Skarner going up for his red, and Jarvan is going to go back and probably pick up a third Doran's, or hopefully a heart of gold, or gold per 5. He's going to be just short, and yeah, he is going to be building into that heart of gold. He just pick up Ruby Crystal and 2 wards. More trades going down. Ari is starting to lose some health because the TF is able, especially because we went straight for that large rod, is able to clear lanes extremely fast. And now Skarner has level 6, but he doesn't have enough mana. Shyvana also has her level 6, and she is just going to continue to go back into her farm. Warwick is now being able to farm before that Jarvan comes back into lane, that Ruby Crystal. Now that Warwick got that chain vest, he is going to be able to hold his own a bit more, especially with that Doran's Ring for the mana regen that Jarvan yet does not have. And Skarner now has that Philly Stone, so he will have enough mana and enough health regen to really keep him going in the mid lane. I mean, in the jungle.
Kog'Maw is just being now, and they know that. Oh, big flash down here from the Alistair.
Catch him with Leader's Exhaust. He's continuing on the gauge, and they're just blown up with that ult.
Beautiful flash by Potshots.
Potshots really didn't need to use his ult there, but here comes a Shyvana and the TF actually. A little late to the party though. Skarner has now his 2 gold per 5, so he will be raking in the gold right away. Jarvan actually is having a bit of a harder time against that Warwick now with that, because he did get that chain vest and he has that a lot of lifesteal. Especially when he gets the 1 more level and gets that max Q, he will be able to really afford to take damage that Jarvan can't right now without any defense items really. Ari right now is doing a pretty good damage onto that buff. I mean, not the buff, onto the tower. While Skarner looked like he was just about to come down to gank bottom.
Yeah, Warwick's turning into a little bit of an immovable object top lane. He has 108 armor versus Jarvan, and so he's really relying on that true damage, which is a bit harder to rely on because it's only once every few seconds you can rely on it.
Shyvana actually taking quite a bit of damage from Ari right there, and now TF is back in the lane, and he does not have that blue buff, which will be up shortly, I believe. Last tournament we seen CTX be a lot more aggressive on trying to steal the blue buffs and steal the reds that I haven't quite seen yet this tournament.
We'll have to see where the blue buff goes, because unlike TF, Ari really relies on that for the poke and harass that she has the capability of, but TF can just sustain
oh, there's this card. There's a flash, but he is not in range for the ult. almost being able to do that, but he is forced to back out and just go straight back into his jungle. While Shyvana is actually top, is probably going to try to do a bush gank or have. There's the ult, and there's the Shyvana coming in with another ult, and there's the TF coming in with a red card. Unfortunately, not a gold, but they are almost, and they are going to be able to pick up this kill. They're almost getting away, but not quite. They could have dived a long time with all that health they had. The Ahri now coming back to mage, going to continue to farm. Unfortunately, was not able to go up there and help with that gank, but they are just going to be able to push that tower now, which it would have been nice for Ahri just to try to get there, especially because she can avoid these ganks really well with her ult.
Or supporting in mid.
Yeah, and now he's just going to be a free kill. That was a very bad move, and there's the ult from Ahri, and doesn't even need the charm, and just able to pick up that kill and get Ahri a kill. And then bottom lane, Graves and Potshots, or Mystery and Potshots they knew that Warwick is dead now, and they don't know where and they knew that Shyvana is top, so they are doing what they should be doing, which is pushing really aggressively, really poking them down, especially because they do have that kill over, and they are just going to go for the dragon right now, and it will be a free dragon, especially with that Shyvana going for her blue buff right now, because they have no sight of that. They do now, but they're just going to give that to, because she just used her smite on that blue buff, and then she just gave that to TF. While Ahri should be getting her. So she just flashed for that Kog'Maw, almost getting that kill, but does not have enough mana to really do much more.
Graves is up about 15 CS and a kill and assist, so there's not really much they can do bot lane. They can't be looking to trade with Alistair Graves either.
So yeah, Ahri is just going to get her blue buff, while Skarner is getting pretty low himself, so he's just going to have to go back after this.
And Mystery does decide to go to the double Dorns build. As a Graves player, I feel that rushing Bloodthirster is just the better idea, because with your passive, you're already the tankiest AD, and I think he's already winning the lane.
Yes, especially because he got that kill. I agree. Like, he probably should have went straight for his BF sword. Now Alistair also getting his Philly and Heart of Gold now, and he is getting he is going to be more resistant to that magic damage that their bottom lane brings to the table. Theirs quite doesn't.
Yeah. I would like to know their mindset behind the Kog'Maw Leona pick. I feel like they kind of counter each other's playstyle, where Kog'Maw can't be really as aggressive as Leona seems to fit with the playstyle.
Yeah, I feel like Kog'Maw kind of has one of the weaker early games, but he has maybe one of the stronger late games.
Yeah.
With the amount of shred he does.
Yeah. And
then both of them warding that bush at the same time. Red did get that timer on at 15 minutes and 5 seconds. And Skarner is just going to get his red buff. And kind of a little bit of a poke coming in. Jarvan is out of mana because he still doesn't have that. He doesn't have that Philly stone that most Jarvans go for first. And he doesn't have, he is probably going to go back and get that Heart of Gold, while his turret did go down, unfortunately. And that really opens him up to like big swing around ganks.
Jarvan cannot be like.
Skarner's going to run into Shyvana. Sorry to cut you off, but no, Shyvana did get away. She does have an Oracle, so that ward will go down.
Jarvan cannot be looking to trade with Warwick at this point. He got a Glacial Shroud. His attack speed is just very low, and Warwick with the sustain that he has, I just don't think it would be a good idea for Herb to be looking to exchange.
Yeah, against the Warwick, to really be able to shut him down, you really need that kill early.
Yeah.
And Shyvana barely just not going to be able to get away with the dragon over, with the Ahri being able to ult 3 times and catch right back up, and just using it the 3rd time, they're just really get nowhere.
Yeah,
they really have to be careful here with all 4 of them there. If they get even close, they will get pulled, but they are just going to be able to pick up that bottom tower and set them 3.4k ahead right now in the game, which gives them is really getting them a good mindset and really putting them ahead, especially because they barely they lost last game.
Yeah, we were talking about the Ahri mobility and seeing how it play out, and it seems to be playing out very well.
Oh, Warwick ulting him. Nice knock away from Potshots, or Iron would have died on that turf from that Warwick from the Warwick ult. It's like Jarvan is going to go back top, and Iron is just going to go back into his jungle, while Ali and Mystery both back, while Ahri continues to keep the minions far away from the tower and be able to poke them. While Kog'Maw is at bottom, probably going to go back and not get a lot of these minions. There he is. Big wave push coming up top, but Jarvan is now going up there just to stop it, and he's going to get a lot of CS out of that. He did go straight for that fade after. So at this point, there's probably the next team fight will probably occur when the dragon will be up, and that should be pretty shortly. And then we'll see who wins the nice team fight there. What do you think of the builds? What do you think of the builds right now?
Fairly standard. I do agree with the Bloodthirster on Graves. Just I don't think he needed the Dorans, like I stated earlier. Double GP5 on Skarner, just as standard. Ahri with only one Doran's ring, which I think 2 might have been the better idea, especially against the TF in his burst. But the Will of the Ancients picked up fairly quickly.
They're just going to ditch this turret bottom, which I don't know why they're doing this. They're just going to be able to go for the... They're just standing around. They didn't even like... They should have just stayed there for try to defend it, but now that is traded, and that pulled them a bit closer. And now they're just going to keep pushing here while they know that there's 2 middle not getting anywhere against a TF. And they're just... And there's the dive from all of them. And Leona getting knocked away. She will barely survives and baiting the heal. All 4 of them were not able to do anything. And Jarvan did get that kill top, the tower kill top, and there's the ult from TF going on to that Skarner, and the Skarner pulling him, and he is flashed over the wall and going to get away. And Jarvan is going to be able to get this tower as well, and maybe even push another one. Leona is going back. TF is going back now to stop the continuation of Jarvan onto the next tower, but they lost. They did get the tower, but they lost 2, so that was ended up going in the favor of CTX.
Yeah, a few poor decisions from both teams. I feel like they didn't defend the tower bottom, which I definitely think they could have avoided. And Jarvan's backing off from the tower, which I think he could have finished.
Yeah. At least for the later game, that'll be an easy tank and spank.
Oh, yeah.
The blue buff, though, probably going to think about getting that soon for TF. TF did go straight for that death cap before, but he did finish his source boots, while Ahri went for the standard Will the Ancients Doran's boots.
Kog'Maw actually rushing Phantom Dancer. I'm not too sure how I feel about that build, purely because I think if you want to rush Phantom Dancer, you need the wriggles for the damage, or else you're just like not doing any damage, you're just attacking fast. So we'll see how that plays out for him. He did need the control as he's behind in the lane, but...
Alright, here's the dragon coming down for them. There's all 5 of them right here, and they do not know that, while Warwick is all the way at top. And there's nothing they can really do except for hope to steal it. And they're not going to go for it. They're just going to go for the... They're going to try to go for the team fight, which they're just getting poked really well. If they want to go for that team fight, they better go for it now. And there's the engage onto Leona. Leona getting caught by that charm from... And there's the Siobhan ult, and she's just getting knocked away from the team fight. And Leona going straight down from that Warwick teleporting in. But that Siobhan going down, and and they're going to try 2v1 this Corki, the Kog'Maw. And the Kog'Maw just pick up the kill on the Orianna and shut down that killing spree. But also, Corki will be able to get this kill on the Jarvan as well. Just very nice. Traded that evenly with that sweet passive.
Good TP by the Warwick, taking advantage of being able, or did he TP to a ward, or what did he TP to?
He TP to the ward in Dragon, or one of these 2.
I thought he TP'd right into the middle of the fight. That's what it looked like to me.
No, I don't think so. There's nothing that team can throw down either that could give the site.
Regardless, a good TP right into the ultimate, which is really hurt them. They saw Warwick top thinking that they could fight 4v5, but really just taking advantage of the TP.
There's ward, and that pink ward is there to shut that down, give Leona a little bit of gold, and they're just gonna try to get the dragon now, which they don't want to be doing another team fight, which is gonna happen while Jarvan's all the way at top without TP, and they're gonna back out, and that Dragon is probably going to go straight to blue. While they could get caught right here. Shyvana getting a lot of damage on, and there's the ult from Skarner pulling her even further away and getting knocked up. And there's a ult onto them, and there's a nice ult from Leona. And this team fight going pretty much the same way. I don't know what they were thinking, and they're just falling apart.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was just going to be a 1-0 trade. Nice ult from everyone, but really turned Leona out. Really turned that team fight around.
Yeah, now they get the free dragon. CTX did this last time as well. Last game, they had their mid die, or they've been doing this a lot this tournament. Their mid has died, and then they try to do a dragon while they don't know who the other team is, or don't know all of them are, and then they try to fight, and then they lose and put themselves even. And then they just lose the team fight. They're barely ahead, but just over.
Yeah,
just over a K, but they could have had such a bigger advantage if they just would have tried just going for that dragon instead of doing the 4v5, which turned into a 5v5, and then just trying it again and just dying.
No wards on the map coming down from purple team, which I don't know if it's such a good idea to fight if you just have no vision on the map or where anyone is. Alistair does have a few words on him. Definite Baron ward coming out.
All right, what do you think about the builds again?
Mystery going the same build I do on the Graves. Very standard, strong build. Kog'Maw finishing his PD. See how that turns out. He does not have too much damage on him at the moment. Shyvana, standard Shyvana build, so very strong with the wit's end. Very tanky and durable. Warwick is just honestly turning into an immovable machine. He just has armor, MR, all kinds of stuff that really just makes him like unfocusable, and he's really someone you have to focus when he's in the middle of all of you, but I really just can't afford to be doing that.
Yeah, Kog'Maw has two kills over Graves, which blue team actually really wants his kills on the AD carry, so he did have enough of that BO sword. It pretty much caught him up in damage, but he has a lot more attack speed at this point with the finished Phantom Dancer and his heal. When Kog'Maw, I kind of see why he went Phantom Dancer first, because he has a lot of attack speed and he has a lot of damage off his W, and just to get that out even more and more and more to get a lot of attack speed in there and just to do a lot of shred.
I agree. Yeah, he does not have the new support, which is pretty much just this really standard support that goes along with him. It essentially gives him a Phantom Dancer with his new W, so I could see it, yeah, with his shred. So he is doing good percentage damage at a fast rate.
Alright, so they're just going to continue to farm up right now, and blue team's probably, yeah, they're just going to, some of them are just going to back. Kog'Maw might be able to finish his Bloodthirster at this point. No, not quite. He's just going to go back and get a little bit of mana, I guess.
Herb actually not getting any defensive items, which is kind of surprising, as Jarvan is generally in there and he's going right for the Triforce. So if they take advantage of that and he jumps on Kog'Maw and TF, they could just destroy him. So yeah,
yeah. Again, like, especially because Skarner went the gold per 5s, he is just now getting the Giant's belt, the Ruby Crystal. We would be going for the Warmog's armor, but they're just gonna lack the tankiness that they could have at this point, and because that they're gonna lack a bit of the damage as well.
I don't think
CTX swinging around.
I don't think CTX can really afford to let this go to late game with the Kog'Maw, and TF will just get stronger also.
Yeah. All right. The Jarvan is right now in the game. He does have the most. Not by much. That TF is right behind him, and so is Graves. Kog'Maw actually having a low CS count compared to the Graves. which isn't very good. But they're going to try to push the tower right now. They're, especially with that Kog'Maw, they have so much poke that CTX just doesn't. They just have the cards from TF as well. And the other team, Warwick and Shyvana and Leona, have a lot more engaged that CTX just doesn't right now. Yes, they do have the Jarvan can go in there, but he's just not tanky enough to really do that. While Skarner also can go and pull some, but he risks getting blown up himself with all the stuns that Blue has. It looks like they're going to try to force a Baron fight at this point. They're nice ultimate, seeing all of them, seeing them swing around. And Graves is caught way out in the front, and there's the ult, and the Graves getting away, but Iron put himself in a very bad position right there, going way out too far. And Graves did not die that fight. And down goes Corki, and Shyvana goes down as well. A lot of, but there's just too much right now. Mystery actually picks up a kill, gets the double kill. Never mind, and he is going to get the last kill also. That was a good job on keeping up, and there's a full, and there's the ace. Very nice, well, nicely done. And they could maybe, and they're going to try to get this turret right here.
Poor decision by the blue team to go back in. They were ahead in the team fight. CTX
Blue team's turret has been
took the
destroyed.
decision to try to fight them on tower where they're not too far ahead. I don't think they're in a position to be able to do that. They took their lead in the team fight and just kind of threw it away. They were chased after them with not enough health and it's a groups. So.
Yeah, CTX they knew that they were starting to fall behind with those dragon fights, and then going in for another dragon fight and just getting destroyed. They knew they needed to do a bit of a riskier play to get in, and that's exactly what they did, swinging around and getting bait. And that Leona ult only caught a couple of them, but they would have went a lot better for them if Skarner didn't go like right into the team fight and try to get somebody with that ult.
Yeah.
But he did. They did blow up Iron enough that he was able to. That the others were able to just blow up the other guys. So it kind of worked for them. Skarner going right in there, but yeah.
This Leona has really been able to change the team fights. I've seen 2 or 3 beautiful ults that have just really changed the pace of the team fight.
Yeah, Leona ult has a huge range and has a really big radius. It stuns in the center and it slows on the outside. And the slow is really good too. Right now in levels, it's pretty even right now in levels as far as that goes. Skarner is kind of behind. The Alistair is actually pretty far ahead for a support I usually see at this point in the game.
Still no QSS coming on Graves, which is very surprising. Definitely thought we'd see an earlier one.
Yeah, especially with that Kog'Maw from that Skarner ult, because that will probably go for Kog'Maw. And actually, increasing their lead, CTX gets another free gets a free dragon. And Mystery is going to continue as a lead of CS against Kog'Maw, just be able to farm bottom. While Blue is actually pinging for Baron, now that they know that they are pushing. If they see this early enough, they should just go straight for the push. They are trying to bait the push. Now they're just going to go try to get to that Baron fight and get that underway. While Blue, because they know they don't have quite the damage to really kill it. Actually, they are killing it really fast. They're not going to be able to get there in time. But they are still going to be able to take quite a bit of damage. They need to get over there and start the team fight now. And here comes the team fight. Nice ult from Jarvan. Flash away from Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw and the mid-range getting completely destroyed. And same with... And there's 2 people here with 6 low health. There's a triple kill. Get the quadra. They almost got a quadra kill. Nation should be pushing mid right now. Big. That pulled them ahead. No, that kept him ahead so much. That really works so far ahead in their advantage there. And they're going to be able to push towers. They might be able to push inhibitor. Yes, they will be able to with the amount of deaths that just happened all at once.
That was a great job and all that. Forced them so many flashes and just really put them behind in the team fight. They're completely blocked off. They either have to focus Jarvan or just lose the team fight. They're completely blocked off.
Yeah, like I said, they are going to be able to push back. I hope right now that they back out. A lot of teams, like we saw last game, the team pushed inhibitor, got too greedy, stayed there, tried to do another fight, and they just got crushed. They are going to be able to pick up blue side's red buff, which would be very good for that Graves to get. And then right now they should just be back in what they're doing.
For the Randuins. Good solid pick against the Cogman.
Yep, and then he just finished the random Omen. And he has the Trinity Force now. Ari's now going for her death cap after she got the Will, the Ancients, and the Riley. So she is gonna be tanky. She is gonna have a lot more tankiness compared to that TF, who has the Rabadon, the death cap and Lichbane. But the Lichbane is very good on TF.
A lot of armor coming out of blue team. Almost all of them having a chain vest or some sort of armor, which is yes good, but it's also a Cogman who does percentage damage. It's kind of hard to build against a Cogman. So
yeah, that percentage really, the longer the team fight goes on, the more damage you're taking a lot of the time.
I think.
These two right here in the middle are pretty exposed with the rest of the team there. They weren't able to capitalize that. They're just getting Ari blue buff.
I do think it may have been a smarter idea for Jarvan to get Frozen Heart over Randuin. It's just for the constant debuff for Cogman, because he's always in there with his ult and Cogman.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see Frozen Heart here at some point in time. Yes, Alistair just picking up the Glacial Shroud, so I'm sure we'll see that fairly soon.
Alright, builds, Graves actually going right for that last Whisper, knowing that the other team really doesn't have a whole lot of armor though. I think he honestly could have waited, as you could see, his IE or something before he got that last Whisper.
I agree 100% there. In no way stacking armor against him. I think last Whisper was most definitely a poor choice, and IE would have just been great.
There's just not enough armor from the other team to really make that worthwhile. Kog'Maw has the IE and the Phantom Dancer, so he'll be doing a lot of damage, but still not as much as Mystery is going to do. So they are forced to defend here now, while Blue can just go. Well, I would like to see CTX actually getting spotted on that turbo. That Kog'Maw ult is so long range. And then there's a lot of poke going down too. Really getting hit hard by that actually. They're just gonna be forced to pull back while their mid is gonna be able to push. This is a good thing with getting these inhibitors down. You get the inhibitor, and your waves will always be pushing unless someone is there to stop it, and that really opens you up to sneaking on these little dragons and these little barons. Actually, because they're top turret, they're going top, which is what they should be doing, because that mid wave is pushing really hard.
Yeah, good choice to be one.
Again, while their mid is going to be pushing pretty hard as well. Because at this point, when you're pushing a tower, some person has to go, oh, there's super minions about to get to my base. I got to go back and deal with those right now, or else they're going to get a turret or something. So one person will fall back, then that's when a team will go in for a team fight and really be able to kill people. And then the defending team can really lose at that point.
Yeah. Should see Baron coming up here in the next minute or two, so that would be interesting. There should be a pretty good team fight going down for that. I don't think any free Barons will be getting handed out to.
Yeah, the dragon should be up soon, and 2 minutes after that, the Baron will be spawning. Yeah, that Baron was done really shortly after the dragon was done. Oh, there's a flash over the wall from Skarner. Corki just got destroyed, and there's the ult. And there's the one damage. Minori MK putting himself too far forward and getting killed, and TF getting almost killed and shutting down the kill.
Beautiful flash by that Skarner.
These team fights are going really well, but Ari is putting herself in really bad positions
Blue team's
and getting
inhibitor
herself
has been
killed.
destroyed.
She just ulting straight onto the carries, and carries just go, oh, you're kind of weak. I'll just kill you now, and then you're dead. And Ari just been using her like a combo once and going straight in there with her ult, and then just died.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Using Ari ult, like the best scenario would be to get in there. You're really just supposed to ult side to side just to get those procs off on whoever's around you or whatever.
And they're going to pick up this red buff as well, which is going to be good for that. That's Graves' buff. And there's the chase, but that's... Oh, there's going to ult onto the Graves separating, and he is going to go down. Skarner's not going to be there quick enough, and there's the shutdown. Bad move from CTX Mystery, separating from his two tanks that were there to protect him.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but he did fail his dash over the wall. That's why he was forced to flash. And I think he would have gotten away if he did not fail the dash.
And the other blue is gearing up for Dragon now. That Graves has a 38-second cooldown for our death timer. Hopefully they can steal it, because they will not be able to engage this head on. Jarvan is actually just going to go push and trying to get down the tower while the resters, while that is down. They really got to be defensive. Jarvan, hopefully Jarvan can get a team. He's going to get caught if he's not careful. Not able to do enough damage to the minions to really get a tower, but he is going to get caught by this TF. He's going to be able to go over the wall though.
Wow.
That was really weird.
That was a poor decision by that Jarvan.
Jarvan went over the wall at the same time as Warwick ulted him, so he was over. They were separated from a wall, and the ult was still going on from Warwick. I've never seen anything like that before. So not much of a gold lead anymore with that Baron pickup. That Mystery that could have been avoided very well, but Mystery separated like that and got punished.
Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. I've seen that happen before, but you ult into the front of the Jarvan and he's already queuing through the wall. It just knocks you up and it cancels the ult. So that was pretty interesting.
Kog'Maw is working on his QSS, while TF already has his. Those are the targets that Iron is opting for his ultimate, while Mystery still doesn't, or Graves still does not have his. That his last whisper could have been his, instead of his last whisper, which would have been a better option, especially with the Warwick ult and the Leona ult.
Yeah, still no IE, and picking up the GA over the QSS. I do not think that was worth the trade. It's quite a bit more pricier item, and I think QSS would have just been better in this situation. Yeah,
our Guardian Angel is a very pricey item. It's like 2,400 gold compared to 1,400. Alright, they're just going to go do this Dragon right now while blue team is just in their base. And there's not much they can do because Jarvan, or because those super minions are going to be incoming again. Or they still are.
Yeah, Dragon not too big an objective here, 40 minutes in the game.
It's still a nice amount of gold globally.
Dragon's worth about 950 gold, which is a good chunk of change. So.
All right, so it looks like a team fight is going to go down. They got a They did nice job on dodging the poke, while Skarner's just hanging out, getting the double golem. So both QSSs are out. TF's is down right now. I don't know when he would have used that to get out.
Must have been a misclick. I don't think.
But it is up. It is up now because it has a very short cooldown.
And CTX cannot really be afforded to be sitting here at towers trying to poke it, because they will just get poked to death by this TF.
Yeah, they gotta what they're doing is very smart. Popping to each lane, pushing all the minions, making them go there so they can try to maybe snipe something.
TF and Graves with the 300 plus CS count. Pretty big this time in this point in the game.
Yeah, I'm circling around Baron, just gonna go back there. That won't be up for a while still.
Yeah, they still have the buff, so it's just about to run out. Let's see it going down here. Yeah. So it's about 3 minutes still going.
All right, so not too much going on right now. What do you think about the builds?
Graves, I just genuinely disagree with what he went. GA over QSS with the Warwick and all their teammates to put at him is just, I think, just a poor choice. And still no IE 43 minutes into the game, which is just really decreasing his damage by 30, 40, 50%.
Yeah, I agree totally. Especially when he did get that last Whisper, there wasn't a lot of armor on the opposing team. There still isn't a whole lot of armor all around.
Yeah, they're definitely not looking to build against him. So all they really have is a Frozen Heart to offer for the DPS, which there's no real reason he should be focusing Warwick.
The only one that has armor is Warwick, really.
Yeah. Kog'Maw is just...
Siobhan has a good amount too, but...
Yeah, Kog'Maw is just to the point in the game where he's just going to be destroying anyone that he attacks, so...
Yeah, especially with that IE and that Phantom Dancer, and he's building in.
He's
got another
Whisper pretty soon.
Yep.
Charlie is getting popped. Jarvan.
Alright, there's ult from Jarvan. The Jarvan going down there under the turret. Iron getting QSS out of that ult. And mid AFK popping back, but he is going to go back into the fight, and he's going to pick up that kill in the Orianna while she is dodging the effects. Kog'Maw is going down, is going to explode onto Mystery and Potts. Well, oh, nice Q, and there's the ult. There's the pickup kill onto Ahri again, and they're just going to back up and get this inhibitor and probably get out of there.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Very nice play all around. Skarner really has to watch out for those QSSs. Yes, I'd probably try to pull off a Warwick or something.
They may actually be able to finish the game. The Warwick has no ult, can't really stop too much for pushing potentially. So.
Yeah, actually, it still has a long cooldown on that. He could very well push. He has to start hitting the tower though. Yeah, there's not much. Oh, Mystery's taking the tower hits, which is not what he wants to be doing.
So is the GA though, so...
Yeah, but still, that could have been that could have been avoided so easily. They could have got that tower too. A little bit of poor play, but now that Warwick is up, he is chasing... the Warwick was up the entire time. Now the rest of the team is up now, and they could have maybe took the buffs. But they did do a good choice. They could have got both towers. Now what blue team should be doing is going back, Warwick going back and healing, and they should try to get that Baron right away, because Potts and Mystery have to go back first, and Mystery still is going back. I wonder if this is going to be a free
really
Baron. He needs to go back and get mana and buy something, but he is going to have to go to this Baron fight half and half.
Yeah, if he did go B,
he just fell off, but he's going for race while they are doing the Baron. They aren't doing it very fast, but still. And Skarner going right in, getting hit by everything, and a lot of AoE damage, and Skarner actually steals the Baron buff, which is very nice. Iron goes down, Minor AFK takes out the TF, and the nice Jarvan ult locks people in, and the Leon, Kog'Maw going up on top is going to be able to pick up that mid AFK probably, and no, is not able to, and this
will be game.
That is game 4 for 1. Very nice, very nicely played.
Yeah, very, very nice by Iron, and another great Jarvan ult. I think Herb was definitely a big factor in this game, really locking up their carries.
Yeah, seeing that last game, how much that really played in, especially with that Leona ult combo. And now that he just got that, now they picked up the Jarvan, and that worked so well in their favor. And is going to go to the 3rd game of the series. So we will be taking a short break before going back to the next game.